and he's going to talk a little bit more about the products, the business, and what we do, and then we're going to have our guest speaker talk. So give it up for Logan. How's everybody doing tonight? Good! First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to like a little bit of my backstory to make sure there's not some stranger up here screaming at you guys for like 10 minutes. The way I got involved in this is really, really crazy. I don't know if any of you guys know what the law of attraction is, but it was definitely at play in terms of the way I got involved. I was actually supposed to play here, football. Full ride. I was supposed to play outside linebacker. Got this all taken away from me because I blew up my shoulder my senior year, which really sucked. I ended up going down to Thomas More College, a little D3 school in Kentucky. Ended up blowing up my shoulder again. I was told I could never play sports. Dropped out of school. I had no drive to do anything. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I started working at Dick's Sporting Goods. Worked there for about 8 months or so. Literally doing nothing at all to improve myself. Nothing at all to help my family. I was just literally existing. I wasn't even living. And then about 3 months ago, thank the Lord, my friend Yanni hit me up on Facebook about this amazing opportunity. The crazy thing is, 2 days prior to that, I was sitting in my mom's house, literally broke down crying because I was doing absolutely nothing with my life. And my family, we come from a very, very humble background. We do not have a lot. My mom was actually struggling to even get married next month. And I literally broke down in that room and ran up to her and gave her the biggest hug I've ever given her when she walked in that night. And told her that I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to change our lives. The thing that I did is that night, I grabbed a notebook. I wrote down 3 things. So I wanted to make a lot of money, I wanted to help a lot of people, and I wanted to be really healthy. 2 days later, my now best friend Yanni, I hadn't talked to him about 4 years, hit me up on Facebook about a health and wellness company in which you could make a lot of money and help all your friends do the same. I was like, wow. I literally wrote those 3 things down 2 days ago. Like, is this real? Like, is this serious? I did a little research, and he asked me if you want to come and check out a meeting the next time. You know what? This is not a coincidence. This is like some God stuff. Yeah, I'm there. Let's do it. Went there, heard him out. Literally made the greatest decision of my entire life and signed on the next day. This thing that we're doing right now, we're not just up here for ourselves. We're not just up here for money. We're not just up here for a can. It's what this can represents. I always tell people that willpower will get you to your goals, but why power, the reason why you're doing something, will help you surpass those goals. And my why, the reason why I'm doing this, obviously it's very transparent. I want to help my family, I want to help my friends. But it's deeper than that. The longer I've been in this, it's become even deeper, than just my own personal family. The way I look at it is the older you get in today's society, the smaller your family get. And that's not okay with me. When we were younger, we all wanted to be, something crazy. We wanted to be a surgeon, a rapper, an astronaut, a freaking ninja, something absolutely nuts. And the older we get, we're told to be more realistic. We're told to make our dream smaller because that's what fits into society more. And what this represents, what this opportunity represents is a way for us to say no. We're not going to do that. We're called the entitlement generation for a reason because we were told that we were never going to be good by ourselves. We were supposed to do worse than our predecessors. We were projected to do worse than our predecessors for the first time in the history of the world. And this opportunity literally gives us a way to say no. Say, you know what? I am going to do whatever I want, with whoever I want, make a lot of money, and it doesn't matter where I come from, what my religion is, if I'm white, black, whatever, I'm going to do this, and that's what this provides, guys. Like from where I come from my background, if it wasn't football, I was not allowed to be great. I was told that. Do you know how detrimental it is to a kid, to a child's mind, to be told that you're not allowed to be great just because of where you come from? That's not cool. And what this provided me was a way in which, after 2 weeks in this company, I handed my mother, the one who's struggling to pay for her wedding next month, I handed her a check for $2,000 after my first 2 weeks in this business to put towards a wedding. I never thought I would be able to do that. Like I said, guys, this is an amazing product, not to get me wrong. But Jason, me, Austin, Brad, Adam's going to be here soon. We're not traveling around talking to kids because it's not the game. It's the whole YPR, Young People Revolution. We're changing the way that people in today's economy are getting paid. We're not just changing our own lives, changing lives of people I'm around. The longer I've been in it, I've met people like Nick Shelby, who helped me start our BTL squad, who's very deep in here. We got to start that. Those 2 kids that didn't even talk in high school, now we're best friends. We haven't not been together a day in the last 6 months. Everybody in this business, everybody that's in Beamer right now, I consider my family. That's kind of what this is doing for me personally. It's literally changed every aspect of my life. If you guys want to go into more detail about why I do this, please hit me up afterwards. very nice guy. I'll be happy to share with you. I'm going to jump into a couple of products here. You guys already know about Bird. This right here, this Vima, stands for vitamins, essential minerals, magnesium, and aloe vera. It's the world's strongest liquid antioxidant and multivitamin. So this thing right here, I can vouch for it, because like I told you guys, I blew up my shoulder. Just by drinking that for a month and a half, it literally cut down my recovery time by 6 months. So that thing is super powerful and I love it. This thing right here, Vima Next, it's a child's multivitamin. It's got a lot more fruits and veggies in it. It's gluten-free, and kids love it. My little brothers and me and his friend Daryl, his little brothers, literally run up to us every time I walk in the door and ask for it because it tastes like orange juice and they love it. This right here, the body line, you have the body shakes, body cleanse, and the body burn. I don't know if you guys have watched the Stream Makeover Weight Loss Edition. Chris and Heidi Powell literally fully created and fully endorsed our body line like their weight loss edition. My mom's been on it for 2.5 weeks. She's already lost 10 pounds, so it definitely works. And then the main thing right here is the Bird. Has everybody here got a try one? Hopefully, if not, make sure you try them afterwards. They're awesome. And what this is, it's a healthy energy drink. It's a healthy alternative to the Monsters, the Red Bulls, the Rockstar, the Fire Ants, and all that. Because Monster and Red Bull last year put 22,000 kids in the hospital. Just by drinking a drink, they put 22,000 kids in the hospital, 7 of which died, just by drinking an energy drink. Like, how they say Red Bull gives you wings? That's because it kills you when you float to heaven. It's not okay, so our CEO, BK Breakup, came out with a healthy alternative to that. Something that we can drink, because our generation, we thrive on these, we survive on these. Whether it's studying for a test, staying up late to play GTA 5, which came out yesterday, which I heard was crazy, or drinking, which we all do, college is hard. And this right here, on top of all that, is a kick-ass mixer, chaser, and hangover with alcohol. So anybody who goes on party this week, chug one of these the next morning, I guarantee you'll be up before one of your friends. Pretty dope. And then with that, those are all the products that we offer. The cool thing about all of them is this right here, Vima. There's a 2-ounce shot of it in literally every single thing. So you can wake up in the morning, instead of taking a big ass horse pill, you get all your vitamins, 7 days a week, you can just chug an energy drink a shake, and take a little 2-ounce shot. Alkazin, I know he's going to be here really soon. The kid is making $220,000 this month. He makes more in a week than my entire household times 3. It's completely crazy what this kid's doing. He was 27 years old. Literally started this whole YPR thing with his friend Alex and Morton. Like I said, he's making like $100,000 last week. Anybody here do that ever? No? Alright, cool. So when he comes up here and speaks, make sure you keep an open mind. My friend Austin Taylor always says, a mind is like a parachute. If it's closed, you're going to die. So please keep it open so I don't see if I die out there. With that, do you have any idea?
Yeah, Brad's going to be here in like 10 minutes, so awesome.
Okay, yeah. With that, I'm going to bring up literally my personal mentor. He's become my best friend, bar none. His name's Austin Taylor. This kid is literally killing me. He's got a $50,000 Mercedes-Benz paid for by this company that I'm planning on grabbing, at the end of this month. And with that, I'm going to bring up my best friend in the world.
Alright, what's up guys? How's everybody doing? Okay, I'm very excited to be out here today. We apologize for the delay. The main speaker tonight, Brad Alkazin, good friend and personal mentor of mine. He's going to be here in the next 10 or so minutes. He's going from AKU, I think from Crawls. I don't know, he's going to be here very shortly, guys. So for the next 5-10 minutes, I'm going to share with you my story, how this whole thing really happened for me. But like we always say, I would ask you guys to keep a really, really open mind. Whoever brought you here tonight, do kiss them, hug them, cuddle them, tickle them, do something to show your gratitude because they're exposing you to something that's changing a lot of lives. You understand there's over 250 kids in the crowd right now. Raise your hand if you're excited to be here tonight. Because this is changing a lot of people's lives. Now, so understand, my name is Austin Schaefer. I'm a normal, average 20-year-old kid from Mason, Ohio, about 30 minutes north of UC. Born and raised there. Graduated from Mason High School in 2011. No idea what the next step in life was. Got denied from this school, so I went to community college for a semester for business. Had to drop off my second semester because I couldn't afford my tuition. I wanted to avoid student loan debt, which is now the highest debt in America. So after college, I went straight to the workforce as a mechanic, working 6 days a week, 8-15 hour, working with a 50-year-old man in tight, sweaty May. 6 days a week was not the best thing I've ever done in my life. To say the least, it was an income no human being really wants to survive off of. So long story short, I got approached about this whole BEMA, Young People Revolution concept by my twin brother Connor Shaper about 10 months ago. Okay, I understand he came to it with an orange can saying we're make millions, drive Benzes, retire mom, travel the world. I was like, you're nuts, pyramid scheme scam, too good to be true. I was dumb, ignorant, very, very, very broke. So I turned him down. I said, there's no way you're making money with this thing, stop now. Okay, the very next day on the way to work, ended up seeing his paychecks in the mailbox. See, I just got done betting and he was never going to make money. So that got me excited enough to come check out an event just like this, but much smaller. Okay, it was like 3 kids in a basement back in my hometown. But the second I checked that event out, guys, it clicked. I knew so many kids that drank energy drinks, I knew even more kids that wanted to make money. That sounds like you, please say aye. Those people. So understand, when I learned more about the company, it sounded my skepticism. I came into it very closed-minded, very skeptical. I left with the knowledge that I needed to make an educated decision, and that's why you guys are here tonight. So understand the company, we're going to like a touchdown is BEMA. Health and Wellness Company stands for vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, and aloe. Okay, so what I learned, this was the official energy drink for the Phoenix Suns. What I learned was, this was the official one. I was talking to Charlotte Bobcats, over by Michael Jordan. The fact that Dr. Ross has put this on his shows, one of the healthiest products we can put into your body all day. Obviously, that knocked out my skepticism, you guys. I haven't been the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm not dumb enough to think Michael Jordan, the Phoenix Suns, and Dr. Ross are endorsing a legal scam. So that night, I got excited about the opportunity to be able to change not just my life, but my friends' lives, my family's life, and countless of thousands of other people. And I got excited to join that very same night. Okay, I went home to my mom, gave her an orange can, and told her about her newborn retirement plan, expecting her to be all gung-ho for it. And actually, quite the opposite, dude. She said it wasn't going to work. She said a lot of people don't make these things work. She's seen things just like it, don't do it. So that took my confidence in the product and the company and my belief in myself from here to about I started to doubt that I could make any money with this concept. But I really took a step back that night and said, you know what? I'm a normal, average 20-year-old kid who's always had this strong burning desire and passion to becoming financially free, to really becoming a multi-millionaire. That sounds like you can say, again, those people. So do you think it made a whole lot of sense for me to go home and ask my mom, who loved her death, honored her, trusted, and respect her? She's 55 years old, making 50 grand a year right now in an office 5 days a week. You think that was the best person to take financial advice from? Probably not, because I realized if you do what people do, so people say, you're going to get exactly what people have. The people I took financial advice from, mom, dad, teachers, coaches, professors, friends, my broke boss, dude, managers, they didn't have what I wanted, meaning not one of them was financially free. Okay, I understand that's like leaving here tonight, going to the gym, finding the fastest on the treadmill, and asking what you did to lose weight. You're probably not going to learn a whole lot. So I realized that I needed to change how I was taking advice. If I want to be good at basketball, I'm going to study Michael Jordan, not a soccer player. So that's when I actually came into contact with Brad Alkazin. When I first met him, he was 26 years old, making 10 grand a week in the business. Obviously, if there's a kid making that kind of income, a 6-figure income in a business, you're going to hear what he has to say. So first off, guys, he taught me you don't have to be smart to make money, which was a huge sign of relief to me because I'm not very smart. He taught me to be in the right place at the right time with the right people. And those people to be willing and able to point you and guide you in the right direction. And what's crazy is I watched, my income. He helped me start a team off back in my hometown of 3 kids in a basement. We've now exploded that into our organization, over 600 active kids across the entire world, including Switzerland, Germany, Norway, UK, and obviously the United States. But what's crazier is I watched Brad's income, like Logan said, I watched Brad's income go from 10 grand a week to almost 60 grand a week in this business. I know that's like jaw-dropping, like, yeah, man, that's ridiculous, that's nuts. But you understand my point is not to impress you at all. It's money. Money's a result. But it's to impress upon you that what we're doing is working. We're taking advice from the right people. Like I said, you want to get good at basketball, study Michael Jordan. You want to get good at making money, Professor Bilbo Baggins up here may be good at teaching you psychology, okay, or making a kilo of lasagna, but if he's not making $1 million a year, he can't do what? Teach you to make $1 million a year. You can't teach what you don't know. Okay, so understand he also taught me that traditional forms of advertising don't really work anymore. For example, you guys are watching TV and a commercial pops up, what do? You skip it, man. DVR past it, mute it, change the channel, do something to where you don't have to watch it. They're annoying. Okay, YouTube, same thing. 5, 4, 1, skip ad, watch my music video. So, BEMA released a healthy energy drink called Burp. An alternative to Monster, Red Bull, Fire Energy, Starbucks, Rockstar, and all that stuff that's garbage for your body. Last year, energy drinks alone sent 22,000 kids to the hospital and 7 of them died from energy drink. So they released Burp and decided to market it a slightly different way. Okay, instead of putting out more billboards than Monster or more commercials, than Red Bull, we decided to cut straight to the ad cutter and use something called word of mouth advertising. Something every single one of you does here tonight for free. From the shoes you're wearing on your feet to the t-shirt to the hat. We all go see a really good movie tonight. Like we say The Conjuring. We all see The Conjuring. We get out and we love it. What's the first thing we go do? We go tell our friends. We tell our friends about everything in our lives all the time, but we don't get paid to do it. Okay, no one paid, Polo's not paying me to wear their shoes. Okay, you see, I paid them to wear their clothes. Do something about that doesn't add up. Okay, so Bima saw that as a skill set that young people should get paid for. So understand, Bima, when we created the White Yard Young People Revolution, which, when Brad gets here, he's going to explain to you, we created this whole movement with young people with 5 kids. He'll explain the rest of the story, but 5 kids in an Arizona State dorm room 2.5 years ago now exploded into over 60,000 young people across the entire world in 62 countries. But what's crazier, do you understand? Mark Zuckerberg, raise your hand if you have Facebook, maybe you've heard of it. Okay, well guess what, dude? It works. Facebook, man. You created your Facebook account. You told all your friends, hey man, MySpace sucks. Okay, all my friends knocked me down on the top friends list. Let's get Facebook. You did it. Mark Zuckerberg getting paid. Raise your hand if Zuckerberg paid you to make your Facebook. No hands. Now raise your hand if you've ever seen a commercial for Facebook. No, they don't exist. Dude. There's no commercials. Show me that when you see it. But there's no commercials for Facebook. Why? Because Zuckerberg understood that when kids find a concept they're passionate about, they're going to blow it up really, really quickly. But imagine, dude, let's just sit here and imagine a perfect storm, and the economy is not going so well. Imagine a company that could come out and help young people get out of their part-time jobs, get out of their full-time jobs, get into a better financial situation. That's exactly what happened when you IPO was created, dude. So Mark Zuckerberg, you guys, like I said, youngest billionaire on earth, worth $20 billion right now. Okay, he's 25 years old. He started off with 15 kids in a Harvard dorm room. Okay, 13 of them stood up, laughed in his face. Okay, turned him down. The 2 that stayed are some of the youngest billionaires on earth, guys. So my point is it works. I'm not here to say I'm the next Mark Zuckerberg. Zach Morgan's not the next Steve Jobs. Alkazin is definitely not the next Bill Gates. But what we're doing is working, and there's no contesting that. Understand, we have 60,000 young people in the world doing this business. Okay, but to us, dude, that's like preseason. Okay, if I was going to compare this to a basketball game, I'd say we're about to board the bus on the way to warm-ups for the actual game starts. We are just getting warmed up, dude. This is happening on every college campus, every high school campus, every nook, every cranny in the world, dude. It's getting bigger and bigger with or without you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up one of my personal best friends and mentors in this whole thing. Like I said, dude, absolute phenomenal leaders, brought his income to a multi-million-dollar income with this business, guys. So with that being said, right on, guys.
This whole movement the last 2 years, something that's obviously changed my whole life and changed thousands of young people's lives. And I'm really excited about where this is going. I'll tell you guys my quick story, a little bit about what happened along the way, and really the big picture. But this thing is starting to take off. I just came in, I was over at Kent State, a small group of young people fired up about this. Went over to OU, same thing, a lot of excitement there. A small group of young guys that are really fired up, a young lady really doing well in the business there as well. And obviously, went over to OSU today, and then head over to Toledo, BG tomorrow, and just travel around sharing the story, a little bit about the product and the concept, and what's happening with young people all across America. So you guys, real quick, I'm Brad Alkazin from San Diego, California. I've been a part of this company for about 6 years. So I can give you guys so much about the product, so much about the company, how it works, and the owner, BK Barreco, but more what it can do for you, what it can do for all of us. Working together right now in this economy. If you look around, pretty frustrating times. Every day I hear about how people are losing their jobs. All the time people lose their jobs left and right. My good friend, her dad lost his job last week. People, companies are closing down, pay cuts. So it's really forcing us to find other means and other ways to make money. And that's what you'll realize tonight, that this is working. If it's not the right fit for you, no hard feelings. We're not here to push anyone. It's nothing like that at all. But obviously, when I think you really see the big picture of what's going on, it's exciting. It definitely is something that's going to be huge. So, my biggest thing is to have an open mind. Oprah talked about on her show, she says, a closed mind in this economy can be the most expensive thing you have. And relate that, you guys, to things like Blockbuster. When I was a kid, I used to skate to Blockbuster to get a video game, right? And I'd go take it back 2-3 days later. Well, Blockbuster did not change with the times. I believe corporate America is changing. I believe making money in this country is changing. And they didn't change with the times. What happened? Technology, things have adjusted. Obviously, this new thing that came out more convenient was what? Netflix. So you can send it right to your house. You know, you get it right away in a day or something. And then from that time, because if you and I were around when Zuckerberg designed Facebook, what would you have done? I wonder about the kids who just walk by. They just walk by the door. You saw Social Network. They didn't really obviously give it a good look. You know, whatever's cool going on in the party. Yet if I had a chance to meet him and be a part of that story, man, I would have hung on to that guy's hip. I would have not let go. And I would obviously have been very successful just for being part of that alone. But we weren't there in that moment. You're here right now. You're here tonight. You're here. You know, in 2013, you know, school year just kicking off, and you guys, it's going to be a big year. So excited to share with you guys really this story. But real quick, I'm from San Diego. You know, graduated playing basketball. Like any athlete here wanted to play in college. That was my plan. I wanted to play at the next level. Graduated. I was going to play for UCSD Division II. And I was in a car wreck in Myrtle Beach. My mom's side of the family's from the South. We went to a family reunion, and that wreck pretty much held me from playing that fall. And that whole dream actually never happened. And pretty tough to deal with, but I had to find something to put my passion into, my time into, and I started a business. Like many of you guys that are here tonight that are a part of this right now, some of you guys just checking it out. You know, I started a business that was around flat screens. You know, the high definition flat screen TVs were the hot thing on the market. And here's what I did tonight. I filled a need. I'm going to talk for a few minutes tonight, not too long, but about what this is doing. We're filling a need in the market. Well, my need, my niche was I could save your parents money off of Best Buy because it was like 10 grand. I didn't have the buildings, the insurance, the overhead, the expenses. We could install it and do service. But I didn't have any kind of money to advertise. I didn't have a store or showroom. I had no marketing experience, so I got creative. What you're hearing tonight is creative. I got different with it. This is definitely different. And I started finding realtors. I would hunt and meet realtors for lunch. I would tell them, hey man, you just sold this guy a home. If you want to refer me, I can save him money off a flat screen, off Best Buy, install it, I'll make it look good, we'll make you look good. But every time you give me a job, I'll give you $1,000. You guys, my first year out of high school, just that little plan, I made over 100 grand, which was a fluke. And I really think I was in the right place at the right time. You know, they talk about real estate, it's all about location, but in business, it's timing. And the timing of what we're talking about with this right now is impeccable. It's an unbelievable point in time. 6 months ago, we weren't at this point. A year ago, we were not at this point. And that's my point, is I was in the right place at the right time. I never went on to college. I don't have a degree, not even a 2-year degree. And I honestly didn't, continue playing basketball. I had to let that go. I did the TV business for about 4 years. And then what happened? The economy hit. Many of you guys here tonight have been affected probably in some way or another. It hit me. One, people aren't putting all that money in their homes, a 50-inch flat screen and all this home audio video stuff. And this economy, number two, with real estate obviously going down, the Walmart, the companies, the big Costco's, the big companies kind of took that market out from under my feet because they were selling at 10 grand in Costco at 9 at Best Buy at 8, and now flat screens are like $1,000. So I had to make a change. That's where I don't know where you guys are in your lives tonight. Some of you maybe are looking for change. Obviously, you're going to school, you're trying to figure out your career, you're going to obviously do your thing here, but some of us are ready for change, either one, financially, or two, maybe from a health standpoint. Well, I had to make a change, and I made it to Beeman. It was the best decision I ever made. Now, I was introduced to this from my parents. Unlike you guys, you hear about it from a friend, all right, cool, I'll check it out, no big deal, I'll come pop and swing through for a minute, whatever. But from that, I got introduced to this from my parents. And I had no interest in what you heard tonight, because I never saw it work for young people. I never saw anything like this happen in my age group. So I shot it down. Thanks, but no thanks. It's not for me. I'm doing my thing. And from that point, fortunately enough, though, I got on the product. And if you don't know about Vima, you got to do some homework. This stuff is phenomenal. It's a liquid vitamin supplement. So anyway, I got on the product. I loved it, man. My energy level, how I felt. I didn't have the health issues, though. My mom did. My mom, basically being from Meridian, Mississippi, had been dealing with different issues her whole life, and not really having the right diet, not really supplementing, not really the right fitness, was taking this product twice a day, and it's not intended to cure anything or anything of that nature, but it was giving her body what she didn't get in her foods. When I was hungry, I was just walking in, and my boy got me this sub, and if you saw what it was, it's not that healthy. And so my mom honestly didn't have the right diet, was taking this product, and about twice a day for about 4 months saw her blood pressure go down and got off medication. So I don't know about you, but that raised the heck out of my belief. And I can say that, but the proof is in the results. That's when this whole thing started to take off. Dr. Oz recommended Vima and Esquire magazine. Men's Journal rates Vima the best overall supplement. And in clinical studies where it's proven to reduce inflammation, they say today inflammation is a bigger problem than the high cholesterol, and it's proven to increase your immune system. It gets cold here, people get sick. Some Vima. And then from that point, people that have different results like that, they will feel, better, and obviously proven to increase your immune system about 15%. So my belief that you guys went up in the product, that was in 05. 06 and 07 came around. I saw people were doing this. I saw people were making money with it. I figured I love the drink, and I know a lot of people. But I didn't take it serious, man. I was debating on school basketball. I was doing these TV jobs, partying my butt off 4 or 5 nights a week, in a relationship. So I made no time for this, and I got nothing out of it. And if you're here tonight just checking it out, welcome. If you're just new, excited to get to lock arms and help you as you start building this with us. And if you're on board and you're already moving, I want to help you take this thing to the next level. But I didn't take it serious, and I got nothing from it. And I look back today, it wasn't the product, you guys, it wasn't the company, it was me. It was the individual, and I never got on the calls, I never got to the events, I never plugged in with the people that you have seen tonight that are making this work already, and therefore I got nothing out of the business side. But around 07, I had to make a change, I had to do something different, and I thought about it, I started sharing Beam into my network. Everybody in this room has a network. You have a Facebook, phone book, Twitter, Instagram. You might have a Rolodex. That's like the way old school. But the thing is that I started sharing Beam with people I knew. And I didn't think my age had the money. Check this out. I didn't think young people had the money. I think being young, we're on a budget. I understand that. And number two, I didn't think my friends would take it serious. Where are we going out? What are we doing? So everybody's worried about the party. Everything else is so much more important. Well, I started sharing Beam in my network, meaning TV clients and realtors. And in 4 years, you guys, 4 years, from basically 07 to 11, I got a little over 100 people on FEMA. People that I knew. My mentor taught me how to invite and how to present it. 100 people in 4 years, that's like one every 30 days. So if you tried this or you did some homework on it, ask yourself, is that doable? Can I do that within my work schedule? Can I do that within my class schedule? Yes, you can do that. It's very doable. Half the people I got on the product just use it. They have no interest in the business side. And that's fine. If you have a lot of people that just like this stuff, you're going to make a good part-time or full-time income as you start to see people fall in love with the product. But I found 15 or so people that saw the big picture. They saw like depth of vision. It's what we call it. It's not where we are today, but where this thing is going, where this thing's going to become, in the next 6 months to a year. And 15 or so people working with them. And it turned into like 7,000 to 8,000 orders of this FEMA vertical being out. And in my 4th year, I was blessed to hit a level called Star Ambassador. And in my 4th year in 2011, where you're making about 10 grand a week. So I tell you that humbly, and I tell you that not to talk about that, but to show you the big picture. But I wanted to grow. I wanted to see this thing get bigger. I saw companies, you ladies will know what I'm talking about in the end, companies that are in the billions and people making way more than 400 or 500 G's a year. So long story, you guys, my life changed. And it's funny how one person can change your whole life. I got a phone call from a guy on Beam with great results, got his friend on it in Bexley, Ohio, and this guy's son went to ASU. The guy in Ohio had great results, and he wanted me to talk to his son about it in Vernon, Arizona State. And I had never thought that would work.
The light's about to shut off.
Okay.
We can pop it outside if you want time.
We got 15 minutes before it shut off.
15?
Okay. So long story, you guys will keep it short. That day I met a young guy, just like many of you, that saw the big picture. We sat down for 30 minutes and I told him my story. About basketball not happening, the TV thing never, the TV thing obviously got, to a certain point. But in 4 years with parents and FEMA, look at these numbers, dude. Look at these numbers and what's happened. And I never saw a young person my age got so excited. He saw this as a way out. He saw this as a way to get his degree, but not have to get a corporate job. And if that rings a bell, great. If not, maybe it's not for you, and that's no big deal. But that's what he wanted to do. So that day we sat together, he tried it, he liked it. He says, look, bro, if I like this, my friends will. We can all relate to that. A movie, a restaurant, as you probably heard earlier, in reference to. And number two, he says, if I make money in this, dude, my friends will want to do it. And that day we started sitting down thinking about it, and we started working at it. We went over the numbers. If you know the numbers to 500 or 1,000 a month, after you gauge your interest in the product, it is not rocket science, you'd probably look at me and be like, bro, I could do that in 30 days. Now, whether you want to move forward and do that, obviously, if you're going to take it serious, that's the question. And a method, a proven plan, that if you follow these steps, you will not fail, unless you just quit or do nothing. Well, Alex, we got 16 kids on board at ASU. It turns into like 1,000 orders a bird, and he reached a 6-figure income in 13 months. Now, I don't know about you guys, them. And you guys just developed this story, this whole YPR movement, this whole young people revolution that we're talking about here tonight, and 3 major points why we're having this level of success, why you're here tonight, and why you should have an open mind and running with us on what we're talking about. Number 1, 55% of young people our age are unemployed. 1 out of 2 people graduating school this June will graduate with no job. You don't understand how big of a problem that is, and it's funny how nobody seems to have an answer. This is the answer. But number 1 right now, 55% unemployment. Number 2, it's the elephant in the room nobody wants to talk about. It's the student loans. You guys, I believe in education. Get your degree, finish strong, do it. But the point is, when I went to school, junior college intermediate was $19 a unit. Now it's $44. You guys, it's going up in price. And now with the student loan problem, 60% of kids have 30 grand or more. This is a way you can pay for student loans. This is a way you can pay for school. You want to study abroad. So obviously that's a big thing and why we're doing this. And lastly, when you're young, especially going to school here, it's not that fun when you have to go work for $8 or $10 an hour. And here's why. 10 an hour, 20 hours a week is 200, 4 weeks is 8. At the end of the month, you take home 600 to 700 after taxes. So when I saw that, I realized I can't work more hours if I work to make more money. Yet everybody wants to look around and say, hey, you know anybody hiring? Anybody that has a job, and the job market's not that great. So the concept of what we're doing, what you came to hear, what you're checking out, and what you're seeing tonight is a way to start your own business. You can work for yourself, not by yourself, with us, but you can make your own money. And I fell in love with that idea. In fact, I fell in love with the idea there was no limit. But you realize in life it's not hard to start a business. You need a vehicle, like a car, and that's why basketball didn't happen. The TV business was a vehicle for 4 years. The economy hit. I made the change, and this is the vehicle I'm running with now. Now, the other reason is that last fall, Dr. Ross, I've heard on the show, it's getting a lot of credibility in the marketplace, but you don't know about it because it's not retail. It never will be. It's not our business model. If this was in stores, why would I get it from you? See, ask yourself, why would you get it from a friend if you can buy it on your way to class or on your way to work? So if this was in stores, it would kill our business model. Number 1. Number 2, as a consumer, I would never buy that. I don't even know what that is. People don't buy what they don't know. I always buy Smart Water, the same gum, and the same chips. So I think that this wouldn't even sell in retail, comparing to all the drinks and different juice and waters on the shelf. And that's the beauty of tonight. You get credit for getting some on the product, but if you got me on it, I got all my friends, all my boys in San Diego drinking this, excited about it. If I grow, then you grow. So then help me out. So that's the concept of tonight, the support that you're hearing about. And I encourage you to, number 1, have an open mind. And number 1, try this. It's phenomenal. It tastes like Tang. People love the taste, how they feel. It's probably the healthiest thing we do all day. So I know, I've been traveling around different schools, OU, and man, they do some stuff over there. And it's really a transfer of dollars about too many you can. At the same point, I just don't drink coffee at Starbucks, I don't drink sodas for lunch, or I don't have energy before I work out or party. And no offense, you guys, I'll say this out loud, but many young people spend way more money every day on alcohol, weed, alcohol every week. And I say that out loud because it's funny, as I've looked at what I've had to change in my life, and many of the guys I've coached and built this business with, if you're not happy where you are, dude, maybe quit drinking for 30 days. Maybe quit drinking for 90 days. Maybe quit smoking weed for 3 months. Maybe you kind of change it up, put your time and effort into something like this with us, build your business, get on that track, and then you can obviously party and do all that maybe down the road. But that's just my opinion, if you're not happy where you are. So have an open mind. Number 1, try the pod. Number 2, we're going to wrap up. Understand these numbers. Get with us later. It's simple. 3 customers, your monthly order is free. You need about 5 orders on one side, 5 on the other. You build 2 teams. I think about 2 colleges and 2 schools. You can think of Cincinnati, you can think of OSU. 5 left orders on 5 on one side, 5 on the other, you're about 200 a month. 35 orders on one side, 20 on the other, about 50 orders in your group, your gold. I have young ladies that hit gold in a week. Some young ladies that hit it in 2 weeks, less than a month. When you're at gold, you're making $600 to $700 a month, and you just quit your part-time job. And at that point, about 100 orders in your business, 40 on one side, 70 on the other. That's like 10 to 10. And you're a diamond picking up $1,200 to $1,500 a month. What would you do with $1,200 to $1,500 a month? That's my question tonight. And you can track it all the way down to 6 figures, 750 orders in your group on one side, 375 on the other. Your presidential making $100 grand a year. Funny, you can ask yourself, how many kids will graduate this school with a $100,000 job? I had over 25 young people in my left and right reach a 6-figure income doing this in the last 12 months. You guys, something is happening, and this is going to be big. Have an open mind, understand the numbers, we'll go over that here later on and more. Do some homework on the website in closing. Vima.com, VEMMA, on vitamins, essential minerals, mangosteen, aloe. It's a liquid vitamin supplement. 2 ounces of this is in a verb with a little bit of guarana, natural caffeine, 80 milligrams of little chlorine, purified water. Read about the company and the owner, BK Borrego, Entrepreneur of the Year in Arizona. You guys are the real deal. Check out our videos. Why Vima? The Vima Films. Check out some of our videos on Facebook online. You can watch the Eric Thomas Hip Hop Preacher videos where he interviews all the young people. And as young people talk about the job market, student loans, 10 an hour, and how they become overnight success stories with this. You guys, 4,200 colleges in the U.S. Think of how big this would get. And also in Facebook, check out mine, Alkazin on Instagram. You can check that out. Kids post pictures of their checks, their cars, big events. Michigan State made Verb an official club. Club Verb. Things like this are happening. Why? As well as OSU is on track to have that done here today, and many other colleges. Why? Because it's focused on these things, guys. Every week, building this with us, we're going to focus on goal setting. What's your goal? Leadership. You've got to meet with your friends, showing them what to do to make this successful. Speaking. You'll get better doing that, sharing your story, and personal development. And then lastly is a support. In this business, you have the support of people that know what they're doing. You guys, people that care, and people are going to help you every step of the way. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I've made over $3 million in 5 years. I can tell you what to do and what to focus on. And in closing, guys, the support is the glue to it all. This is not a get rich quick. You will not have 50, 100 orders on you tomorrow. You guys are open in 60 countries. If I were you, I'd give that Asian kids class a bird because it was fun. 3 weeks ago, I was in Taiwan. 3 weeks ago, I spoke at the conference in Taiwan with 2,000 young people, way bigger than this room, that are fired up about this. Why? They love this stuff, and the average income over there is about $1,000 a month. People are looking for a way out. So you never know. Don't be excited about who you know. Be excited about who he knows. This guy knows everyone. And life is not about what you know, it's who you know. You guys know this. So take your Facebook phone book, funnel that into this. You can build it international. I'm sure there are a lot of international students here. And then lastly, my last point, I'll give you 4 valid points. So you guys mind? I'll give you 4 valid reasons. In my view, when I've done my homework, it's okay to disagree, and why Vima is not a pyramid scheme. Number 1, a pyramid scheme is illegal or a Ponzi scheme. If this company were a scam or illegal, it would be shut down. Last year, it did $117 million in sales of Vima and Verb. So if it were a scam, this company we're talking about, if it was a scam, it'd be shut down at that level of money. Number 1. That's my view. Number 2, Dr. Oz on my Instagram, Alkazin, would never have Verb on his show, and he speaks at our conference every year on the product. So if that were the case, that would never happen if it were a legal business. As well as the Phoenix Suns have made Verb their official drink with a Verb nightclub. They would not do that if this was a pyramid scheme. But here's the red flag. Here's the red flag to it all. And you must look out for it, and it's out there, and it makes us look bad. If there is no product or commodity, a tangible item, to me, that's a money game. So you spend money and got nothing. And got on board with him, you spend money and got nothing. And you got on board with him, and you got on board. It was daisy chained all the way around the room, all the way around the top of my class. You got me on board, I spent money, I got nothing. To me, that's a money game. And a lot of those things are out there, like $1 grand or 2, and you're just making money when people sign up. That's not how this works. You guys, if I got a case of Verb from you, you make 10. 2 cases, you make 20. If I get a builder pack, which is 7, you make 100. So you can pick up 10, 20, 100 when somebody gets 1 case, 2, or 7 of Vima, Verb, or Body. As well, this guy from Extreme Makeover, that show, Chris Powell, is not going to do this with our product. It's just some illegal business. But here's the catch, you guys. You're going to pick up 10, 20, 100 when people get 1 case, 2, or 7. Okay? From that point, the reason I get a builder pack, number 1, a builder pack, you've got to have product on hand to make this work. Imagine having a couple buddies over to have a little meeting. Imagine having some Verbs in your backpack to get one of a guy in class. If you don't have product on hand to make this work, that would be like having a Subway with no bread. So you will not make any money with this. So you've got to have product, number 1. Number 2, there's a bonus called the Frenzy. The Frenzy bonus states when you get a builder pack, if you start that way, 1, 2, or 7, and get 3 friends on board with the business, you're going to pick up 700. We've got young people that got a builder pack, got 3 or 6 friends on board in a week, made 7 or 1,400 in their first check. And you can do that week over week over week. But remember that, if you don't get the builder pack and do the Frenzy, the 2 groups. You can have Ohio State on one side, 60 on the other. 10 orders, 50, 100. That is your monthly income. You guys want to know that how big all direct sales. Last year, you ladies know what Avon is. Mom and women do it. Lotion products. They've been around for 40 years. It's a great company. I can't find one negative. Fellas, last year, lotions, mom and women, been around for 40 years. Avon did 11 billion. 11 billion in sales. That is bigger last year in revenue than the NFL, bigger than the NBA and Major League Baseball, and it's twice the size of Red Bull. You guys, these things get huge. I told my buddy Ryan, like, put beer and video games down, bro, let's make money. Herbalife, man, you've seen the David Beckham FIFA, it's the same business, but it's pill vitamins, bro. Pill vitamins, and last year Herbalife did 5 billion. See, I've never seen anybody do what you're doing right now, and what you're seeing, where young people getting together, excited, starting their own business, making this type of income, engaging, putting time and effort in with a product that I think fits this perfect. So have an open mind, and I appreciate you coming out. Check this stuff out, try the product, gauge your interest there. Transfer dollars, $2.80 a can, probably the healthiest thing we do all day. It's not retail, lots of credibility. The numbers are doable. Get with the person you came with, get with the leadership, will help you. Get out of your part-time job, a new car, and go full-time. You want to get to six-figure income, we'll show you step-by-step what to do. The tools, website, YouTube videos, Facebook, and lastly is the support. In 5 years, you guys have been able to get a little over 130 people on FEMA. And you go, damn. I'm like, dude, that's like one every 40 days. It's not that great. Half of the people I got on this just use the product, but I have found about 20 or so people that I worked with. I did events like tonight, calls and events and meetings. I worked with helping them become success stories. And from that, 20 or so people is the reason I've been able to build in 5 years. My right side has 34,000 monthly orders. My left leg has 23,000. In 4 years, I was blessed to hit Star Ambassador. 1,000 cycles is about 10 G's a week. And it literally doubled in 2012 in July. I was blessed to hit a level called Royal, July of 2012. My title of being is $1 million a year. By July of 12 to November, it doubled to 4,000 and it tripled itself in the college market, what we're doing with Verve. I was blessed to hit the highest level in the company called Pinnacle. At Pinnacle, you cycle 6,000 times. I did 8,000 this month. And if you look at Pinnacle, you guys, you make over 50 grand a week. And I tell you that, not to impress you, but to show you the big picture of where this is going. This is very new. Many people at UC don't even know what this is. And I can tell you right now, it's going to be big. How many? 40,000 over? 40,000. So you guys have an open mind, get with us, swap numbers, we'll probably end up getting down here in just a second. Swap numbers, ask questions. We will help you every step of the way, but the bottom of it all is that you got to become the next success story with the YPR. So you guys, thanks for coming out.